Broadcasting to you live from the Orion spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy. The solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, somewhere outside of the city of Chicago, where they just lost the Bears. My name is Brian Engelman. Today is Friday, June 5th, 2026, and this right here, the thing that you are watching, it's called the TNAM Daily Show, larger. The TNAM Daily Show. TNAM, the new American media, because the old American media failed you. TNAM, because the news always matters. Due to scheduling, due to life, and due to, hey, let's shake it up and see what happens. Let's grab the snow globe and just shake it like your Tom Cruise in Cocktail. What's a more recent reference? Did you watch that on your Betamax, folks? Like in Coyote Ugly? Coyote Ugly was like 25 years ago. What's a current bartender reference? Chat? Happy to have you all here. Here, we'll just go ahead and put you up on the screen. On today's show, we're going to talk about Chicago losing their football team. They fumbled their football team. It's no big deal, but it is. Where do you land on this? This might be... Okay. Do you know that we do? Where is that? Where do I keep that? I do a football show. Here, it should be. Here, let me play you a brief moment. Let me play you the intro to my football show, because I do the Unhappy Hour sports show. Right there. See it? Up there in the top right. In fact...
Hi, this is Eric Metcalf, and you're watching Unhappy Hour.
Met Eric Metcalf. You write an intro for me. And I do a sports show. I do a lot of sports shows for 15 years. In fact, I have merch if anybody wants merch. Look at this. Ohio-made wooden coasters, set of 4. Shipping included, $30. 4 of them. Look at that. Ohio-made, Ohio-shaped or circle-shaped. Pins for $25. 2 of these for $50. So $75 for all 3. Shoot me a Venmo. Here, I'll toss that up on the screen. Allegedly... Oh, I have to switch out of here to put that on the screen. My Venmo is just my name, Brian Engelman. But the point is, I love football. And so I'm going to ask you, do you agree or disagree that it's a big deal that the Bears left? I'm probably going to play you this. I mean, that's just one of them. I could also play this one. Because for about 13 years, the Agree to Disagree show was the name of my other show. I did sports for the Unhappy Hour. And then I did Agree to Disagree show. I mean, it would be long form interviews, or it could be me covering the news. In fact, could you do me a favor real quick? However you're watching, hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. Remember, we have Rumble Rant tips and Super Chat tips, too, if you want to toss something. If you want to toss a tip into my tip jar, my name is Brian. I'm your bartender today. I work off tips, and we're going to talk about all the stories on the screens behind me. But as a huge sports fan, you know, I've always mixed it up. I Normally I'll go to sports to get a break from the stress and tension of the news cycle. You know that the news cycle is kind of wonky. And so I'm like, all right, I need to watch some sports just to decompress, but I'm a Cleveland sports fan. So I go back to politics to take a break from the sports. But here's my point. Could you please do me a favor, everybody? Go on Spotify right now or on, what is it, Apple? Can you subscribe to the Agree to Disagree Show podcast? That's how I set it up. It's not called the TNAM Daily Show, but could you subscribe to the Agree to Disagree Show podcast? But I'm going to ask, do you agree or disagree that it's a big freaking deal that the Bears are leaving? I'm a Browns fan. Cleveland lost the football team twice. Twice. I don't know what it's going to take for people to finally seize control of their cities and kick the Democrat mismanagement out of the big blue cities. They don't work. They don't work for you. Red Indiana catches the blue Chicago Bears fumble. But as a Browns fan, I mean, we're playing in Brook Park in a couple of years. New facility being built. Finally, a dome. Finally, you can get the Final Four. You could get the Super Bowl, major events, etc. I don't know. If you're 20 minutes outside, is it that big a deal? I mean, Foxborough is like 45. I mean, it's out in the middle of nothing. You got to take this big ass weird train, gross, big, weird train. Freezing out there. So I don't know. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about John Bolton, Mr. Mustache. Oh, I should have done that. See, that's where, Jamie, can you put that down for me that I should next week shave all of my facial hair and just leave my John Bolton mustache? Oh, wait, I don't have Jamie like Joe Rogan does. I'm Jamie. But I think it is a big deal. All right, we're getting a thumbs up in chat. Nice. Liberty Tango, I guess the Bears leaving Chicago denies a Marxist city some funding. I, too, am a Browns fan. What? Big fan from Dayton. So what part of Dayton? There's a joke about dating a girl from Marion and marrying a girl from Dayton, 2 Ohio cities. Browns fan. All right, Liberty Tango, find the Unhappy Hour sports show in all of the places, please. I met Joe Rogan. I talked to Joe Rogan. I don't want to be Joe Rogan. I just want to be me. I don't know. I want to do comedy. Last year, I started getting on stage. Was it 2 years ago? I like doing stand-up. I'm not going to do MMA stuff. It's cool, but no, I'm just trying to be me. You know, I'm not overthinking it. But anyway, I think it's sort of a big deal. But I'm curious what you think. So tell me in chat. Of course, what is the update on Spencer Pratt and Steve Hilton? Did they have enough time to cheat them out of their positions yet? Maybe. Maybe so, maybe not. Maybe so, maybe not. But we're going to scroll through the day's news. Thank you so much for being here at this special evening time. Normally, we're Monday through Friday at noon Eastern time. I have been amiable to a, what would I say? A Showtime tweak, and I've always allowed myself a bit of grace. I've always told the listeners, you know, however many years you've been here, please make sure you're linked up with the New American Media in all the places on social media. But yeah, We're not married to the noon time slot. It just sort of worked. But maybe evening could be better. I'm starting to see some benefit, and I'm wondering if we could have anyway, I'm getting some ideas, but obviously to me, the events of this week facilitated bouncing it to the evening. So thank you to all the new viewers. Happy to have you here. Definitely happy to have you here. So we're going to give it a shot. TNAM Daily Show. Should be the TNAM Night Show. I think I did one episode of the TNAM Night Show. It might have been with Blake. I'm trying to remember. TNAM Night Show. I still think calling it the TNAM Daily Show works. But anyway, that'll be a ponderance for another day as we seek a preponderance of doubt beyond a reasonable doubt that people like John Bolton, Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Clinton, Obama, Biden, Harris, Mayorkas. Who else? Cheney, McConnell, Kinzinger, Swalwell, Pelosi. Fingers crossed, right? I hope all of you are trusting in some sort of plan. These people are guilty as sin, and you're going, they stole the country 6 years ago. What do we do with that? How do we move forward? But you're getting little bits and pieces of information. You're starting to rack up a couple of wins. What do you do with a couple of wins? Are you holding back some good stuff? I don't know. I don't like holding back and trusting that anybody other than us will be responsible for how this plays out. But we only have control of our little personal snow globe. We get to shake it up. Like in Casablanca at Rick's Cafe, see? Yeah. Glug, 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 glug. Martini time. And of all the gin joints in all the world, you had to stumble into mine. I haven't watched Casablanca in a while. I need to watch that again. It is kind of a classic. But regardless, it's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. So grab a beverage, settle in. The TNAM Nightly Daily Show. Also branded the Agree to Disagree Show on our podcast. Well, it starts now.
Your guide to the truth. TheNewAmericanMedia.com.
That is a fun little intro, is it not? A little scatter shot of people that we've interacted with over the years. I keep meaning to update this list. 15 years of content, 2,300 videos on YouTube. Make sure you're following us, please. In all of the places. All right. Let's go ahead and pull up our Instagram feed. Here we go. There we are. Let me refresh the page, yeah? Make sure you're following us on Instagram, The New American Media. All right, slow down. Let's go back. Okay, we covered these stories on yesterday's show. And this is where we begin today. California Post. California. Inside the Los Angeles County election vote counting facility with rows of empty desks, despite a $336 million budget. As the vote count totals crawl across Los Angeles and California, writes the New California Post. California Post visited the country's 144,000 square foot ballot processing facility Thursday, which showed dozens of empty workstations. That don't sound good. Now do it. The infuriating scene appeared at odds with the mounting pressure to process hundreds of thousands of remaining ballots. Yeah. It's almost like they hold off until they know exactly how many ballots they're gonna need. Ashton Cohen, not familiar with him. I am following him. I follow lots of people. And you can follow us at the New American Media. Oh, I mentioned, here, I was on the wrong page. I couldn't put it up. But I will toss it here at the bottom of the screen. How are you going to mention merch and not tell people how to do it? The Venmo's at the bottom of the screen. If you want to drop a tip into the tip jar, just shoot me a Venmo with your address and I'll mail some merch out. You can also subscribe to us on Patreon, Rumble, and YouTube as a monthly supporter. Thank you to everybody who has, and thank you to everybody who will. Maybe you, maybe today. Thank you so much. But we also have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Ashton Cohen says time to count the election results. France counts 34 million ballots in 4 hours. Germany, 51 million ballots. Hi, Nimbus. You coming up? There he is. Everybody. You know Mr. Nimbus? He likes to jump into the show. Here, Nimbus. Can people see you? There he is. Hi, buddy. This is my 20-year-old buddy, Mr. Nimbus. My Los Angeles cat. I normally keep the office door closed. But I left the studio, opened it up because he was meowing outside, and I'm all off schedule, so let's bring him in. Let's bring in Mr. Nimbus. Germany counts 51 million ballots in 8 hours. Argentina, 25 million ballots in 6 hours. India, 640 million ballots in 24 hours. Okay. Uganda, 8 million ballots, 48 hours. Nigeria, 23 million ballots in 4 days. California, 16 million ballots. They want 38 days to make sure they have plenty of time to figure out exactly how many it's going to take to seize control. We've got to invalidate these elections. We don't trust them. We don't trust late counted votes anymore. Rightfully so. Third world countries can handle elections better than California can. And that is absolutely absurd. Man, Mr. Nimbus is just like, I want a spa day, and I want it now. Well, happy to have you, Nimbus. Anyway, this California stuff is just beyond the pale.
2 minutes.
Speaking of beyond the pale, staff at the British Embassy in Poland are taking down tributes left by Poles for Henry Nowak. Inevitable West says Labour are truly sick people.
Ago, a truly outrageous situation occurred. Behind me is the Embassy of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in Warsaw. There was also a portrait of Henry Nowak, a British citizen of Polish descent, which was just taken away by embassy staff and removed. And at this moment, feeling obliged to truly preserve the memory of this young man, we will ask these people to return this portrait, because we don't know where it is. It may be in some utility room, perhaps in some broom closet. Let's hope someone here will answer us, because it was more likely a person, an embassy employee.
This is dubbed, right? It sounds like AI wrote this script.
Hello, good morning, Michał Gwardyński, Republic of Poland. Sir, I am making this request because I saw that a few minutes ago, a portrait of a British citizen, which was in front of your embassy building, was taken away by an administrative employee. This portrait was left behind by someone. Well, the situation is serious, of great importance. Is there any way you could return this portrait? We will somehow, so to speak, appropriately take it over and honor the memory of your fellow British citizen. We simply don't know where it is, where you took it, and is it possible to simply ask you to return it to us? I think it's possible. Okay, just a moment. Okay, we'll be waiting. Great, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting here all along. Just a few minutes ago, a truly outrageous situation.
This Henry Nowak case is no laughing matter. I mean, maybe this is going to be the flashpoint that it takes to push back on what the globe has devolved into. Yeah, Henry Nowak case really bothered me, as I'm sure it did you. Having to watch that.
Just a few minutes ago.
Matt Walsh has some thoughts on it. The 3 most egregious body cam videos over the past decade where cops unequivocally murdered someone or left them to die are Henry Nowak, Daniel Shaver, and Tony Timpa. These victims have a few things in common. No riots, no murals in their honor. And they were all white. You know what Matthew McConaughey would say about that? All white, all white, all white. I know, Nimbus, that was stupid. Once again, nothing funny about what happened. Yeah, it's tough trying to cover the news and stay in good spirits. Yeah, don't forget Irina Zarutska. Can we watch that footage? I did watch it. Or they did pause it and you didn't see the actual moment. I think it skipped ahead, right? Yeah, was it subtitle AI dubbed? I mean, it was definitely something, but being that it was Poland, I don't know if it was dubbed into English. Yeah. It's a global flash. Because for 20 years, basically, there's like before Barack and after Barack. No, I can't do that because that'd be BB. And we're not even getting into that topic right now. Before Obama, BO. Okay, because that smells, body odor. Before Obama and after Obama. AO. Boom, boom, boom. And let me hear you say AO. AO. Basically, for 20 years, you've been hearing things like right-wing extremism, white Christian nationalists, whites evil, whites are. And it's been a part of the Obama doctrine. It's what he does. He peddles this crap. He was indoctrinated at the Little Red Schoolhouse, Indonesia. Frank Marshall Davis? No, stop. William Ayres? Nah. It's not God Bless America. Yeah, William Ayres. Reverend Wright. Basically, for 20 years, a certain narrative has been put out there. Certain stories have been highlighted. Others have been whitewashed to constantly push a certain racist narrative. But here, take a look at this Heritage Foundation. Gentry Gevers put this out. Tyler O'Neill. There's a lot of names attached here. Let's just listen. If it'll load. If it loads, we can listen.
This should be the biggest story in the world right now. Okay? Heritage Foundation crushes it. Right-wing extremism is so uncommon that left-wing extremists have to fund it. Southern Poverty Law Center was caught literally funding. And I'm telling you guys, this is God's honest truth. They funded the Charlottesville riot. They did. They paid people, they bust people in, and this thread proves it. This should be the #1 story in the entire world. Racism doesn't exist. And the Southern Poverty Law Center had to literally pay people to be racist. And then they try to smear Trump with this. This is so deceitful. This.
Yeah. Millions of people across the country are literally suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. Not to be cute, not to be funny, not to crack a joke. Literally broken brains. There we go. Oh, Nimbus is just loving life. Literally broken brains now from all this propaganda. It's beyond unforgivable, the amount of damage done with the Obama doctrine. SPLC.
This.
Story after story of what they've been up to. And it's sort of like kind of exactly what you expected, what you suspected, what you expected. Nimbus, why are we trying to step on the keyboard? Let's step anywhere but there.
I mean,
Elon, he's not only one of, if not the world's richest man. He also runs the national paper. Excuse me. He also runs the global paper of record, Twitter, X. Oh, everybody, make sure you're following us on X. We're at American_media_, and tell your friends. Hit like, hit the thumbs up button, hit the hearts button, hit the confetti button. Drop a Rumble rant tip or a super chat tip if you're having fun. But yeah, definitely invite your friends. And follow us on X at American_media_. But yeah, Elon runs the global paper of record. We don't think of it that way, but we should. And when nobody's perfect. But man, oh man, if Elon doesn't get a lot of the social stuff spot on. Spot on. Here he is, where he's discussing how the media has been downplaying the attacks, the violence.
I mean, you're clearly seeing a massive increase in the number of attacks in Italy and broadly in Europe. And the media, the legacy media, downplays these attacks. But the attacks, the terrorism, the killing of innocent people is rising. Every week there's more. And it's more and more. And eventually, I think we're going to see widespread slaughter in Europe.
I think what he's talking about is like you're seeing in Nigeria or South Africa, where he fled from. What do those places have in common? Well, Nigeria's anti-Christian attacks. South Africa is anti-white attacks. Wow. It's like the two arms of the Obama doctrine shaking hands.
That is the trend. If you simply extrapolate the trend of what is the rate at which the terrorist attacks are occurring in Europe, and put those points it's basically deadly attacks versus time on a graph, and extrapolate that graph, it leads to the slaughter of Europe. I mean, you're clearly.
We are a bit of sort of at a tipping point. Yeah, Dina, Elon is smarter than smart. One wonders if he's human. I know. I love just thinking that he's a NASA robot. I'm wearing my NASA shirt. My grandfather worked at NASA. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, Elon also helped save the First Amendment. He absolutely has. But is he also scary? I mean, you know, between Neuralink and learning about the algorithms and what people really think and getting a real close idea of who they are and building the Grok AI platform, satellites, the Boring Company, driverless cars, robots, Mars. I mean, the dude is playing every side quest on the video game. So yeah, scary, but also getting a lot of things right. And for whatever policy decisions President Trump may or may not decide upon enacting, he is easily the funniest president we've ever had. He's asked at a recent press conference, how do you define ceasefire? Because they're trying to settle things down in Iran, and now, what was it? The House, but not the Senate. I think the House voted to withdraw funding or withdraw approval, congressional approval for the attacks. I know I'm getting the vernacular slightly twisted. Trying to simmer down the Strait of Hormuz and negotiate some new agreement with a new government in Iran. But it's hard to call something a ceasefire when it's not a ceasefire, but maybe you can call it that if it's in that part of the world. Here's President Trump.
How do you define ceasefire? How do you define ceasefire?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
The way it is, it's a different part of the world. You know, I'd say in that part of the world, ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner.
How do you
In that part of the world, ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner. Guys, like we're not going to. It doesn't get better than that. Oh, hi, Nimbus. Oh, he is being so sweet right now, guys. I mean, he had like kitten eyes again. He seems very youthful sometimes. This is one of those. In that region, in that part of the world, I'd say ceasefire means shooting in a more moderate manner. I know it's calamitous, but come on. That's objectively hilarious. Love him, hate him, indifferent. No, Biden couldn't come up with that. Comedians couldn't come up with something like that. See, here's the thing. President Trump is officially, you know how they call Bill Clinton America's first black president? Because he played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall and other reasons. President Trump is America's first stand-up comedian president. He's always riffing, always doing crowd work. Always. And as soon as you understand that about him, you go, okay. I've been enjoying the Fly on the Wall podcast. It's Dana Carvey and David Spade. They were both on Saturday Night Live around the same time in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. And when they're talking and having conversations, it's like being in the writer's room. You come up with a turn of phrase or like a punchline or a premise, and they just play tennis with it. Well, how about this? Da-da-da-da. Like they just act it out. They do like one sentence act outs. They're riffing. They're doing crowd work. They're writing. It's improv. It's improv comedy. And President Trump is an improv comedian. It's a quick clip. It's made this might be this clip right here should make top 10 Trump quotes.
How do you define ceasefire? How do you define ceasefire?
Pretty much the way it is. It's a different part of the world. You know, I'd say in that part of the world, ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner.
How do you define ceasefire?
That's objective. Funny. All right, check this out. I don't know how valid this is, but when I play this clip, it's a little tough to type when I have a cat laying on my arm. But I was going to take this time to check with Grok how true this is. But here's a report. I do watch this channel, this Shane Vibes. Yep. We're talking about driverless cars. Well, what if we were forced into them?
Breaking shocking news. Not one, not two, not three, but apparently 12 junkyards have burned down in the last little while in the United States. All the way from Plantsville, Connecticut.
That's a scientific term. In the last little while.
Canton, Ohio, junkyards burning down, burning up all the parts, burning up all the old vehicles sitting there. Now the question is this. Think about this logically and literally take the sheep fluoride out of your brain for a second. Not that you, if you're listening to this, you probably don't have a calcified pineal gland to begin with. But anyways, listen. They want to mandate new vehicles with sensors and AI and all this crazy crap.
The comment here, they don't want us working on our own cars. They want us to buy new models that require experts to work on them.
What would be a good way to make sure people's older cars remain on the road for a shorter and shorter duration of time? Well, maybe get rid of all the spare parts. Because this is the thing. You used to be able to go to a junkyard and get a freaking headlight or a taillight and put it in yourself. But the new vehicles, 2019 and above, have the parts are literally software locked to the VIN number of the car.
I don't like anything about that.
And if you put in a new one, you got to go through software. It's bullshit.
No, I don't want anything like that. I am so not interested in that.
So anyway, clearly, I do wonder about the organicness about these junkyards burning down and if something else is going on here. Now, it really does seem like we're being attacked from all angles, including what's going on in the food, air.
Yeah. Another commenter, they don't want us using old school cars because they can't shut them off electronically. Another comment, this is not shocking. They literally are moving fast with the Agenda 2030. Another comment, they don't want us to regain our independence. Old classic cars were the best. No chips, GPS, or spyware. Yeah. Start fabricating, boys. Oh, anyone with shops should paint their roof blue. If you know, you know. All right, so that's a report. I would consider that to be fan fiction. They did list a couple of cities, but I don't know in the most what did he say? I forget the exact quote, but he didn't tell you the exact frame timeline. But I'm going to look into that a little bit more. Have you heard anything about this, about junkyards going down? Once again, I would have typed it on Grok and had an answer, but Mr. Nimbus is laying on me right now. And my thumb is going numb, so I can't really type on my keyboard. But that's the type of show you get in the evening. Whew. Oh, yeah, good point. Like the 100-plus food manufacturing plants burned down. It's another good point. Cash for clunkers, exactly. Exactly. All right, good comments. Cali MAGA Barbie. Hate to break it to you, but California doesn't count votes to find the winner. They keep counting until they find enough votes to keep the state blue, she claims. I mean, count in one day, or I don't believe you. Anybody, just count in one day. And by the way, mail-in ballots, there should be a week oh, you know, they're still coming in. No. How is that not locked a week before the election? So all of that is processed completely. By the time election day rolls around and you get your votes on election day. Otherwise, I mean, vote of no confidence, I would say. She continues here. Report from Matt Finn. Who's Matt Finn? Am I following Matt Finn?
Oh, that would be. I mean, we can't enter the room, but we can. But the closest we can be is point me in the direction where that is.
Trump sent Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Renner, now inside the Los Angeles Ballot Processing Center, as Bill Pulte announces multiple federal investigations into voter fraud in California. An Assistant United States Attorney, Robert Renner, is observing and asking questions inside L.A. County Central Processing Center, where hundreds of thousands of ballots remain to be counted. Also with him is a worker who is identified as being with California AG Bonita's office. Expose it all and prosecute.
Yeah. So this is our bullpen area.
I told you yesterday. Well, Grok and I eventually told you yesterday about that clip where it was Vincent, right? Jules asks him about his classic car, and he goes, yeah, I got it out a couple days ago, and you'll never believe what happened, man. He's like, what? He says, I'll clean up the language. It's a lot of cussing. He's like, some dude keyed my car. He's like, oh, man. He goes, there's nothing more chicken shit than keying another man's automobile. You know, it almost would have been worth it happening if I could have caught him doing it. And I just raise your hand. Here, let's do an agree to disagree question. Pulp Fiction was a fantastic movie. Do you agree or disagree? Tell me in chat. I hope we expose the fraud in California while dropping indictments on Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Obama, Clinton, Biden. You get it. All of them. Pelosi. Everybody involved in 2020. To prove this is what they did then and it's what they did this time, and we caught them. They're in the facility looking right now. I don't want to take hopium. I don't want to put trust in a plan that I have no control over. But man, wouldn't it be nice? You got to be kidding me. Nimbus put his other paw on top of my mouse thumb and then laid his chin on his paw that's on my mouse thumb. I am telling you, homeboy is being extra sweet today. "20 years old, you know, you got to cherish these moments." Anyway.
And this is the closest we can be.
Yeah, come on in.
Oh, that would.
Fun fact, I'm also allergic to cats.
Oh, that would be. I mean, we can't enter the.
So there's that. You heard this one?
Hello, Lone Oak. My name is Aaron Spencer. Many of you know my story. I'm the father who acted to protect his daughter when the system failed. I'm also a husband, a combat veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division, a contractor, and a farmer. And through my own fight for justice.
Anyway, I'm not going to do the whole thing. This is Aaron Spencer. He decided to run for sheriff in Lonoke County, Arkansas, after being charged with second-degree murder. In 2024, Spencer allegedly woke up to find his 14-year-old daughter missing from her bed. After searching the neighborhood, Spencer reportedly found his daughter in a car with a 67-year-old Michael Fosler. Spencer then chased the car down before driving it off the road. He then allegedly shot and killed Fosler. At the time of the event, Fosler was facing numerous child crime charges involving Spencer's daughter. Spencer's wife previously said that their daughter was targeted, groomed, and ultimately arred by the boyfriend of a family friend. Special Circuit Court Judge Ralph Wilson Jr. dismissed the case, citing local law enforcement's mishandling of dash cam and SD card evidence from Spencer's vehicle. So the M charge against the man accused of K-ing a man who allegedly arred his teenage daughter has been dismissed. Brenda says, good job mishandling the evidence, officers. Wink. Good on the judge, good on the officers, good on that dad. He's running for what? For sheriff? What's he running for?
I have seen firsthand the failures in law enforcement and in our circuit court.
Did he win?
And I refuse to stand by while others face these same.
I don't know the update. I'm checking comments, but anyway, wondering where that story you are now. Asmund Good talking about critical race theory being the primary culprit for the two-tier policing system in Great Britain.
Would not care if what the family wanted. Okay, here we go.
Because this is genuinely more evil than what happened to George Floyd. He was an innocent boy. He did nothing wrong. It was just an accusation, and now he's lost his life.
And there was no outcry?
No outcry.
Yeah, so, you know, what's the difference there? Why is it like go for one and not for the other?
I think it's evidence of two-tier policing. It is evidence of two-tier policing. It's evidence of the fact that the system is broken, that it prioritizes minorities above white people of any ethnicity. It doesn't have to be English. It could be like Henry Nowak was Polish. And it just goes to show that it's deeply broken. The critical race theory is evil. I think critical race theory is besides the police officers, is the primary culprit. It's an ideology that has infected this country.
Well, critical race theory is a branch, but the tree is intersectionality. So it's intersectionality, like philosophy. They would not care if what the family.
It's all about divide and conquer. That's what Obama specializes in. And he got a third term with Joe Biden. And he'd call it a fourth term with the deep state, how they messed up Trump's first term. We've basically had 4 straight terms of Obama's deep state. Everything is about intersectionality. We're not Americans. We're all these hyphenated Americans. This is not good for culture.
They would not care if what the.
You are not angry enough. And when I say angry, I mean peacefully and patriotically, of course. You know, I had some of the toughest shows I've ever done covering Irina Zarutska's. That moment of looking at the person that just took your life. A literal demon behind. Those shows, when that information finally came out and I got to watch that video, you were not angry enough. The dude that did it is a known crazy violent lunatic that should have been in a cage a long time ago. This should have never happened. Ukrainian immigrant butchered by a known monster who should have been in a cage. Yeah, it was just like a week later that Charlie Kirk was K'd right in front of us, right? We were wrapping up a show that day and got the news and had to go over and saw some pretty horrific stuff. You're not angry enough. Anyway. Can't dwell on it, but we're going to call it out and we're going to keep it in the news cycle. Can't dwell on it. I've been covering it for a while now. Benny Johnson's covering this. California law. If Benny's right on this, I don't even, I mean, this is like Game, set, match. Done.
California straight up allows anybody to register from anywhere. You can register from, and it says so right here on the Secretary of State's website, a park, a public park can be where you get your ballot. Or a crossroad. You can live underneath a stop sign. You can live, of course, in a piss-soaked meth den tent under a freeway, and they'll deliver you a ballot. They'll send someone to deliver you a ballot. So this is the law in California. And with no voter ID and with hundreds of thousands of homeless zombies roaming the streets on super meth, you can imagine that there are hundreds of thousands of ballots that are delivered to people, picked up mysteriously, voted for, no voter ID, no signature required, and dropped off in their mysterious little black voting centers in order to give you pallets of ballots that look like this.
Pallets of ballots. Let's see if Harry Mack can do a freestyle about pallets of ballots.
You can. California.
Yeah. States are running their own voting systems, but we're all supposed to be tied together as if the results of California should be taken as valid when it comes to determining electoral college votes for president of the United States. How? Why? Why do we accept that? Shouldn't there be some sort of universal standard? Certification process we can all agree with? Wouldn't that be nice?
California.
Go, come on, go.
Now, just like that Shane Vibes video about the remember this? What are we doing? The video of the junkyards burning down. I'll take that as a recreational conspiracy theory. No, hi, buddy. You're a headbutts. Oh. Seriously, at age 20, you love these moments. What can I say? So I consider that junkyard video to be a recreational conspiracy theory. That's something that piqued my interest. I'd like to research a little bit more and verify some facts. I don't have any qualms about showing you these videos because this is how we see every video. With AI, we can't believe the videos that we see. We got to really kind of do a couple extra layers of discernment. So on this video, when I first saw it, I said, is this AI? Or is this actual video of Waymo refusing to move for minutes as a house fire builds as cops plead with the operator? Let's take a look. Yep.
Go, come on, go. Man.
People can see through the cars' cameras to see what's going on.
There's somebody in here.
On top of many recent incidents involving Waymo cars.
Connected to rider support.
Come on.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Okay, yes, you need to move this car ASAP, please. There's a fire around the corner. You need to move this car. You're blocking the roadway.
All right.
Go forward. Go forward.
1 second.
Ma'am, it's going to back up in a minute.
Says as firefighters race to the scene, Waymo self-driving vehicle stopped the roadway, blocking access for any emergency. No driver behind the wheel for this. Dallas County Constable steps in.
Here we go. 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 Come on, man. Can you go?
All right. Give me one second. The system seems to be having a minor issue, but give me.
The system is having a minor issue. Well, I'd call that a major issue, actually.
1 second, and I can get it to go.
If I can manually remove it, I can move it.
Okay, give me 1 second, and I can let you in. Officer, before I allow you to move it, can I get your name?
It's Deputy Dallas County Constables.
Like we have units coming out. It's a large structure fire. We got to get it clear.
Okay. Just like I said, real quick, I just need your ABC name.
Dallas County Constables, come on. You can't, no, go back. Hey, turn around. Go back that way.
Should unmanned vehicles be allowed on public road?
Can you repeat your name for me?
What's that?
Can you repeat your name for me?
Hold on, don't move. There's a... Yeah.
Okay.
The fire truck coming through. I mean, we need you to, come on, man.
Badge number?
521.
Okay.
Come on, man. We need you to move it.
Okay.
Let me see if I can.
If you press the brake, you should be able to put it in manual and you should be able to move it to a safe location.
Okay. Come on, bro. Okay, hold on.
Okay. You're now in manual.
Okay, hold on.
So you should be able to move the vehicle.
Okay, I'm gonna park it around over here.
I'd never really.
Okay, and then I'll just have our roadside team recover the vehicle.
Okay, here you go. It's parked. All right, buddy. It's all yours.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, officer.
Yes, Dallas County Constables, Precinct 5. Okay. You got it?
Yep.
You good? All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Go. Come on. Go.
Maybe so. Maybe not. But now that's another angle to think of. How do you feel about autonomous driving cars? They're here. Did we ever vote on this? It's just here now. Yeah, I mean, it's an emergency override if you you can talk and they can listen and you can connect with somebody. There must be a button you hit for like emergency mode and it connects you to them like a 911 call. And they'll unlock it so that you can manually drive it if it's an emergency like this, but they got to get all your information first. But yeah, they couldn't move it. They were having some sort of software problem. I don't like that. If you got a problem with your vehicle, just drive it different. I don't know. It's here. We didn't vote on it. But these cars, man, they are here. I haven't been in one yet.
Go, come on, go.
Waymo not getting good press. Now, I don't even know what this is. Should I even play this? Well, it won't play, actually. 70-year-old man charged with attempted M after he attempts to drown a 21-year-old man on crutches.
Yeah.
Did this happen? Hopkinton police report. What is Hopkinton? News Center 5, Matthew Duffy. All right, this appears to be a real story with a lot of citations. I'm debating if I want to play this video or not because it's pretty brutal. But Ortho, we have a comment that we make once a show. Oh, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Yes, it happened yesterday. Sandy Beach on Lake Maspenock. Well, he's on crutches due to severe injuries from a recent accident, including a motorcycle crash. Dana, who gets real violent here, confronts the victim and his friends over access to the residents-only lake and boat ramp, restricted to Hopkinton residents and Memorial Day to Labor Day, requiring a pass. An argument escalated into a physical fight. Dana allegedly slapped the victim, and they ended up in the water where footage shows, well, I think he's charged appropriately with a whole bunch of stuff here. All right, this is a real story, so Be careful out there. Here it is.
Get the out of here. Yo,
And this is a kid on crutches, by the way. Yo. Holding him underwater in an attempted crowning.
Flashback.
I didn't, but I should. You don't like it too bad. It's time to go. Time to go. You live there and listen to you doing it all day long and see how you like it.
Whoop-de-doo, you bought a house on the lake. Deal with
Yeah,
it.
well, whoop-de-doo.
He does live there and he does listen to it. Like, what?
I'm following the rules of the lake. I'm not
No, you're not. You're not following. You see the sign?
Everybody else is
You see the
out
sign?
on the
You see the sign? Can you read?
I stopped too. Because it's open air, bro.
You didn't stop there one time. I have. Believe me. Time to
What?
go.
Like what? Like,
Just
do
if you
anything better to
if you
do?
only stayed for a
Just
little
enjoy
while
your
and
day.
did your thing, it's
Just
time to
enjoy
go.
your day. Let me
It's-
have fun on my jet ski.
No, go take us to another lake, someplace
I
else.
live on the lake.
Where do you live?
On Downey Street.
You don't. Just go over to Downey. Go over there.
Bro, dude, get it down, bro.
Where do you live? What number not Downey you live
I'm
on?
not telling you where I live.
Well, I'll find out by your registration of your car.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I will.
No, you won't actually. You
I will.
Won't. I promise you won't.
Dude,
I promise
just
you
get
I
out
will.
of here, bro. You're not gonna do like, really. What are you
I'll
gonna
just
do?
call the police again. That's all.
Okay, are they gonna shoot me? Like, is that what they're gonna do?
You want me to shoot you?
Alright, shoot me. Shoot me.
You're gonna beat up a cripple?
Bro, are you
I don't care. I'm about to.
You're going to beat up a cripple? Kid on crutches.
Take purple. Come on. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy.
What are you gonna do?
Come on,
Shoot
big
me?
boy. Come on, big boy. Do it.
What am I gonna do?
Come on, big boy.
You're the one coming up to me. So
Come on, big boy. Let's do it. Come on. Use that big mouth of yours and do something about it.
Yo,
With your mouth,
bro.
yeah.
Get the out of here. Yo,
Yo, holding him under the water.
Hold on, right now.
Stop this. Mouth, yeah.
Get the out of here.
Yeah. I think there's lots of lessons to be learned here. Don't be a guy that's going to go to jail for the rest of your life. And don't be mouthy. I don't know. Okay, real story.
But
In other news, Erica Kirk is getting confronted by a heckler.
But the joy of the Lord withstands all. It's important to remember that happiness comes and goes, and I pray that you find it. But the
So there's that. You know, you can hate the lady whose husband was assassinated right in front of us. Just because it happened doesn't mean somebody's immune to critiques, but pretty classless.
But the joy.
Oh, also, Amy Reichert here says there's an ISIS plot suspect who was arrested in Lakeside, California. Federal prosecutors allege 25-year-old Bireen Dizeye conspired to provide material support to ISIS, suggesting U.S. Special Forces should be targeted with drones. DOJ says the group pledged allegiance to ISIS, sent money to someone they believed was an ISIS member, and discussed attacks on Americans. The FBI says the plot was stopped before any attack could be carried out. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that story. Let's bounce over to our X account. Like I said, make sure you're following us there. Consider becoming a monthly subscriber on Patreon, The New American Media, Rumble, The New American Media, or YouTube, The New American Media. All great ways to support the show. Little as $5 a month. They take their 30% out, and we get ours. And it all starts to add up. It all matters. It's all super helpful to keep the lights on. All right, so John Bolton reportedly will be pleading guilty to charges of illegally retaining sensitive national security documents. Remember the thing they tried to pin on Trump? Some say that was so that they could, well, that it was a cover-up. They raided Trump so that they could retrieve things and steal things back from him that would have implicated themselves. Reportedly, according to the libs of TikTok, this comes with an agreement to pay $2 million in fines and a potential 60-month prison sentence. 5-minute report here from Benny Johnson, but the man who called his case Trump's retribution and vowed to fight is now folding. John Bolton folding. $2.2 million fine and possibly up to 60 months in jail. The same man who spent years going on cable news calling Trump a threat to national security. Yeah, go figure. For 7 years, he sent thousands of pages of classified material to relatives through a commercial messaging app and his AOL account. He was doing exactly what he was accusing Trump of. Turns out the biggest critic was the biggest hypocrite all along. He continues, bouncing over to the Chicago Bears story. 100 years of history gone. Running a city this badly isn't an accident. Indiana is getting a brand new Bears stadium. Whew, what a win. And Chicago gets to keep its crime taxes, $400 million taxpayer-funded Obama DEI trash can nobody asked for. This is what decades of Democrat mismanagement does. Businesses leave, teams leave, people leave. They'll blame everyone but themselves. Indiana wins, Chicago loses again. I say it's a big deal. A very big deal. Chicago Bears approve the massive plan to flee the blue city of Chicago, says Eric Daughtry. Mayor Brandon Johnson is furious and stunned.
Show with breaking news. The Chicago Bears taking a major step toward building a stadium in Hammond, Indiana. Good afternoon. I'm Dina Bair. The Chicago Bears Board of Directors apparently voted to advance its stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana. A statement from team chairman George H. McCaskey and president and CEO Kevin Warren shows an exact site is still to be selected. It adds they believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region. Indiana Governor Mike Braun issued a statement very happy, saying in part, quote, "Hoosiers, help me welcome the Chicago Bears to our great state. We look forward to building a partnership as strong as the '85 Bears defense, creating opportunities and economic growth that will benefit our state and the Bears organization for decades to come." And show with breaking news, the Chicago.
I lived in blue Los Angeles for a while. Their goofy stuff, inability to cage and treat the junkies and the criminals in the neighborhood. All of the crime. Just an absolute refusal to just take people that are causing all the problems and put them somewhere else. I guess it's a little different. When I lived in LA, we got 2 football teams. San Diego Chargers came up, and so did the Oakland Raiders. Well, they went to Vegas, sorry. I guess the Rams were already there. Maybe I'm thinking of the new stadium built in Inglewood for the Clippers. But regardless, Democrat policies run people out. This is exactly what happens when you destroy your city from within, says Eric Daughtry. "39 illegal aliens crammed into a fleeing 18-wheeler. Texas chases down 18-wheeler packed with 39 illegals. Last year to 10 months.
Sure.
Smugglers treat humans like cargo while politicians tie ice hands, creating sanctuary death camps. Hundreds of bodies recovered in the garage, thousands never found. Thousands more never found. Smugglers forcing them to hike 20 to 30 brutal miles to Grand Deep Storm. The smugglers are not stopped with or like this. The semi-truck catches on fire. Troopers say they spiked the vehicle and somehow it caught on fire. All illegal aliens were able to exit the trailer. President J.D. Vance has chimed in on Henry Nowak. He says Henry died the same way a civilization dies. Abandoned, handcuffed by authorities who neither trusted nor cared for him, and accused of hate crimes he did not commit. His murder is as tragic as it is enraging. He should still be alive today, and he would be if the last few generations of European elites had stood their ground against the politics of self-hatred and the mass invasion of migrants, many of whom despise the West and the people who love it. Henry was far from the first to so needlessly lose his life, and I fear he won't be the last. Each time a life is like this is lost, the proper response, the only response, is righteous anger. One of the most important things the Trump administration has proven to the world is that by stopping the flow of mass migration and defending national sovereignty is a matter of political will and leadership. Anything else is just an excuse. It is because we love the West that we want to preserve it. We love our civilization. We love our country. We love our children. And nobody should ever die the way that Henry Nowak died. May God comfort those who loved him, and may God rest his soul. Overnight, the Save America Act got 50 votes thanks to Senator Susan Collins voting in favor of Mike Lee's amendment. They just proved it can get 51 votes with J.D. Vance as a tiebreaker. This version of the bill still contains voter ID and proof of citizenship, but it needed 60. So no more excuses, says Eric Daughtry, nuke the filibuster. Lee says this is the House-passed version of Save America, which still secures our elections to a very strong degree. And with one cat calling for me in the other room, and with Mr. Nimbus just being very, very sweet, and with me very tired and sore. Finished my painting job, though. The house is complete. Well, I guess there's still the little matter of some landing patches and then one more area of paint, but the vast majority, the area that I wanted accomplished has been completed. But man, hours of bending and kneeling and reaching, and you're on a pad and you're on rocks and you're in the dirt. Man, it takes a toll. And I'm not used to these night shows. When I do the TNAM Daily Show, I'll go on. I'll do marathons, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. But I'm going to call it. I am a cat lady, Mark. I am a cat lady. What's up, David Ban? How are you? David found us late night. Oh, let me do a roll call really quick. Where are we all watching from? Can I get a roll call? What state are you from? Where are you at? David checks in with us from Ontario. So we are an international program. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone because I get stupid. I mean outrageous. Stay away from me if it's contagious. Rest in peace to Rob Bass, who wrote that song, by the way. But yeah, as a bartender, I try to learn where my regulars, I try to learn what my regulars drink. But I guess in this term, it's trying to figure out where people are from. It's fun to try to remember. we'll look back on it being so quaint that I was able to remember where so many people are at. Yes, yes. Dina knows. We call him Northern David. Northern David. Mark from the Ozarks. Well, that rhymes. Marks. Ozarks. Yes, we know Dina's in Michigan. We're at on the hand. North Georgia, North Carolina line. Oh, good. We got some more Canadians. David, you got a buddy. Western Alberta, Canada. Nice. I'll have some truth on the rocks. Yeah, have some truth on the rocks for me tonight. Oh, this whole, Nimbus, get a good stretch in. He's got old creaky bones, so he takes monthly medicine for it, and it's helped him. But he can't get his good stretches anymore. Can't really arch his back. But yeah, speaking of arching back, whew. I'm very happy this paint job is done, but it was... I ordered a paint color. They mixed it. I took it back and painted it. I'm like, doesn't look really like the color I picked. Apparently, you can't add the paint color to that type of paint. Something about the base number or something. I got seriously gray was the color, but it came out seriously blue. So I painted the whole building because you got to tape everything off, every tube and cable and wire and hardware and windows, and it was all the wrong color. And I peeled all the paint, the tape off. I'm like, I'm done. Yes, it's Marks. Marks from the Ozarks. We got you a nickname. Marks. Oh, okay. So Alberta will be our 51st state. I thought that was Greenland. Or is it Cuba? I forget. Yes, Ortho from Tyler. Yeah, that's pretty close, David. 3.5 hours from Detroit. I went to school. 1.5 hours from Detroit. Yeah, Detroit Rock City. Ortho is Trash Panda number 27. Oh, you know what? I do have more stories to show you, but I do have one funny story. I'm trying to see if I can find... I'm looking for the Trash Pandas post. Can't find it. But yes, everybody remember your softball jersey number. We're called the TNAM Trash Pandas. We have a softball team. By the way, if you want to watch the murder trial of Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is trial is happening now, so I'm scrolling. Got some pretty rough videos of protesters out there. You know what? Here, these are the last two. I'll end it on these two. How about this? Let's bring it back up. Because I'm the producer, I'm the engineer, I'm the on-air talent. I use that term loosely. Okay, I got these last two things, then we'll wrap it up. By the way, like I said, thank you for joining me in the bar today. We talked about the stuff that people are talking about on the screens back there. I'm cashing out, so I've gone and finished your tab. If you take a look, it's $0. Of course, you owe us nothing. But if you do love fun content, fun programming, rifling through the news and trying to find the important stories, that's what we do here at the New American Media. Please consider subscribing to the New American Media on Patreon. Is a monthly supporter. Rumble is a monthly supporter. YouTube is a monthly supporter. You can drop us Rumble rant tips, super chat tips. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. All right. Yeah, but Trash Panda is number 27. Dina is Trash Panda Dina Do, number 7. Oh my gosh, Jim, I did have a big day. And it took me 2 days. And it was many hours each day. And no matter how much you try to just be precise, man, if paint doesn't get everywhere. I had been trying to wear gloves, but the gloves kept ripping, and so I just ended up scrubbing my hands really good with a... Oh, man, I need some lotion. I've been out in the sun all day, and I'm just... It was a big day. Thanks for noticing that. No, but I think it's cool. Like, we're also trying to remember our softball jersey numbers. I don't even know my jersey number. I got to find that image. I'll find that image. We'll show it again. I saved it somewhere. Yes, I am going to get some rest. It's been a bit of a week. But yeah. Dehydration? Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was pounding water while I was out there. But I mean, this is like 2 days in a row of like... Anyway, I digress. It's done. And I know you're not supposed to feel pride. It's one of the 7 deadly sins, but I feel a sense of accomplishment. Of course, now tomorrow I got to move all the landscaping back because all the landscaping, all the pots and plants had to be moved away from the building. So everything's been in the wrong spot for months now. And it's just like, setting that back up tomorrow is going to feel very balancing, very balancing. Okay. So take a look at this. Look at this. The reflecting pool looks awesome. It's filling up. Let me see if I can. Do we have pictures? Oh, here it is. I had it pulled up on the other page. Perfect. There we go. Oh, it just shows me as a manager. I'm the trash panda on the right. I have a rocket ship on my head. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this is. But yeah, there's everybody with your numbers. As we get some new regulars, we'll see if we can get some new... Geez, I wonder how big of a team we can have on the TNAM Trash Pandas. That's pretty funny. Anyway, the renovations are going swimmingly. President Trump is making things clean and nice. Because if you let somebody that renovates properties, let them cook, things are going to get better. That water was gross when I was there. It was just foul. And we're trying to clean the city up. White House says the water is on. The reflecting pool is reflecting. DC is looking better than ever. We are so back. Thank you, President Trump. So let me see if there's a couple other pictures with it completely full. We should take pride in our country. The reflection is finally coming back. After weeks of construction, water is returning to the reflecting pool on the National Mall as part of President Trump's push to restore Washington, D.C.'s iconic landmarks. The difference is already striking, with the Washington Monument's signature reflection beginning to reappear across the water. Looks like it was it clean too, the Washington Monument? Democrat in D.C., she hates that she's forced to admit this. This is pretty great.
I thought it was a...
Hold on, why is it? It's kind of quiet, is it not? But it's a good one.
I thought it was a stupid idea to paint the reflecting pool, but y'all, it looks good. It actually looks really good.
Okay, but here's the thing she needs to realize. She didn't think it was a stupid idea to paint the reflecting pool. Her media told her she was supposed to think it was stupid, and she just regurgitated the crap. She had no reason to form an opinion on why she thought it was stupid. She just repeated what the other dummies on the left repeated, right? Yes, like glass. Exactly. Crisp.
It makes the reflection look extraordinarily prominent in a way that it did not look before. And I hate that.
And I hate that. Well, that's a blurry picture of it. Anyway, making things clean. Just wonder if I had any more, like with it totally full. Yeah, see, this is what I remember. I remember being all green and gross. It was just sloppy and full of slime. Now, who knows? Give it a week. Let's see if this one devolves into that too. Depends how you treat it, how you care for it, how you clean it. This is what it looks like when no one gives a shit. This is what it looks like. Oh, maybe that's an artist rendering. Anyway. Oh. Can someone explain why the Democrats are mad about this? Anyway, we'll see it over the weekend if it's filled with water. But that leads me to my funniest and final moment. President Trump, our funniest president ever, drops this absolute gem. He's filling the newly improved Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. How is President Trump filling the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool? Imagine being the screaming girl on her knees. Paid $200 to go do that stunt. The President of the United States is using her leftist peers to fill up the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. The internet is forever. The internet is undefeated. And this it's absolutely hilarious. I couldn't imagine any other president doing this. Maybe rightfully so. It's so uncouth. It's so beneath the office of the presidency. You know what? You elected a stand-up comedian, and this is flipping funny right here. So that's how we wanted to end the show, on something nice and funny. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, when will I be back? Stay tuned. When will I be back? It's a great question. If I do shorter shows, maybe I could do more shows. Maybe I could do something on a Saturday, something on a Sunday. We're penciled in Monday through Friday at noon, but I'm sort of liking the evening thing as well. So we're going to have to play it by ear. But everybody, please hit like, hit subscribe, share the show with a friend. Connect with us on all social media platforms. And I hope you have the best Friday night ever and a fantastic weekend. By the way, let me introduce you to Mr. Bean. He's my other little guy. As we wrap this up. Ben was getting mouthy. Yeah, today's whole show has just been a scattershot, if you will. A smorgasbord of, well, I don't know. We're doing what we're doing. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. And then Miss just sneezed, of course. I appreciate you. I love you. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody.
guide to the truth. TheNewAmericanMedia.com.